Thomas and the Big Storm. On the island of Sodor, there are lots of engines that work on the railways. They all have different jobs and they all want to be really useful. Thomas. Thomas is the number one blue engine on the railway. Whilst he can be a bit cheeky, Thomas works hard and always strives to be a really useful engine. Percy. Percy is a small engine. He is Thomas's best friend. Percy does lots of jobs on the Sodor Railway, but his favourite job is delivering the mail. Gordon. Gordon is the number 4 blue engine who pulls the express. He is the fastest and most powerful of the steam team, and he knows it. Henry. Henry is the number 3 green engine. He is a long and fast engine that tends to be a little high-strung and a bit of a warrior. Luke. Luke is a very small, friendly, narrow-gauge engine. He works at the Blue Mountain Quarry. Because he is small, he can move around the very small tracks and tunnels in the quarry. Flynn. Flynn is a really red fire engine and a member of the Sodor Search and Rescue Team. He can ride on both the roads and rails. Stafford. Stafford is an electric engine who runs on batteries. His range isn't as far as the other engines and often needs to remind them that his batteries need charging. Diesel. Diesel is a very oily, sneaky engine. He runs on diesel fuel instead of coal and water like the steam engines. He likes to boast that diesel engines are best. Like all engines, he still wants to be really useful. The railways on the island of Sodor are very busy. There is always a lot for the engines to do. Tidmouth Sheds. The engines start and end their day at Tidmouth Sheds. Tidmouth Sheds is the biggest engine shed on the island. 7 of the engines sleep here, including Thomas, Percy, Gordon and Henry. Knapford. Knapford Station is the biggest railway station on Sodor. Hundreds of passengers come here to catch their trains as they travel across the island. The station has 6 platforms and a big glass roof. Brendam Docks. Brendam Docks is one of the busiest places on the island. Huge ships full of passengers and cargo arrive here every day. The engines take the cargo and passengers from the docks to lots of places around the island. Blue Mountain Quarry. The little narrow gauge engines that work at the Blue Mountain Quarry carry slate and gravel to the bigger engines, who take them on the main line to the builders' yards and the docks. Sodor Steamworks. The Sodor Steamworks is where the steam engines go to get repaired. The Fat Controller. The Fat Controller is the director of the railway. He gives all the engines their jobs and makes sure that they are on track and on time. One day, the Fat Controller came to Tidmouth Sheds. "Tomorrow there will be a special party," he said. "Spencer will be bringing the Duke and Duchess of Boxford to Knapford Station." All the engines were very excited. "I can't wait to see the Duke and Duchess," tooted Thomas. "I can't wait to see the decorations," puffed Percy. That night, there was a terrible storm on the island. The next morning, the engines saw all the damage that had been done. Trees were blocking the tracks. And the glass roof at Knapford Station had been smashed. "Oh no! Look at Knapford Station!" moaned Percy. "If we work quickly, we might be able to get the station ready before the Duke and Duchess arrive," chuffed Thomas. Thomas puffed across the island. "Calling all engines! Calling all engines!" he bellowed. Soon the engine set to work, puffing and chuffing across the island of Sodor. Flynn raced to put out a fire caused by the storm. Luke was working hard at the Blue Mountain Quarry, popping in and out of small tunnels to get supplies ready. Stafford collected the workmen from the Sodor Steamworks. Gordon raced to pick up the party guests, while Henry picked up coal to keep the engine steaming along. Even Diesel helped out. At Brendam Docks, he shunted a long line of trucks full of logs and building supplies. Knapford Station was soon repaired. Then there was trouble. Percy was racing to get the decorations to Knapford on time when he hit a bump in the track and crashed into a siding. Thomas helped get Percy back on track. The party was ready just in time. Hooray! All the engines cheered. The Duke and Duchess of Boxford were very pleased. I would like to thank all the engines for being really useful today, said the Fat Controller. But I'd like to thank Thomas most of all for making sure Knapford Station was ready in time for the party. You're welcome, sir, puffed Thomas, but I couldn't have done it without my friends.